there it is, my first real project with the tractor. The Firebird doesn't really count since I didn't really need to use it, but this one would have been a lot more of a pain if I didn't have it. So laid everything down, and so far I'm really happy with it. It's a fairly long stretch, all the way here to there, and everything is walkable now, whereas before it would just be a lot of growing grass and puddles here. So having the gravel in is much nicer, and visually I think it looks better as well. It still is the winter, so I'm not sure how much it's going to grow, but I think I'm just going to use herbicides in case they come up, because I did not lay anything down. But looking at sort of the area that was cleaned up here, we had a landscape company come out and do this. It seems pretty good. They did remove all of like the grass, but I did a similar scraping here, so hopefully it should stay pretty clear. And something else that's nice is that with this 5.8 minus here, most of these leaves are leaf blowable without, throwing all the rocks all over the place. If you go any smaller or have minus, the little sand particles will probably get blown away, but this has been holding up pretty well. Now, unfortunately, the grass still hasn't grown. I probably seeded it around October or November, and it's currently January. But I think a part of that is just because it's the middle of winter and grass probably doesn't want to grow when it's freezing out. But the downside being it does start to get washed away. So I'm going to come back in here and clear this up when it probably comes around springtime, and figure something else out on that section. But otherwise, in terms of the tractor itself, I think just for this project I would probably be hitting around 30 hours. Currently there's around 60 hours on the machine as I'm working on some other projects. So if I started this project with the knowledge I had, I probably could cut that 30 hours into 15 hours of total tractor time. Just because, learning a new machine does take a while, and I've never used heavy machinery, quote unquote, even though it is a bit smaller before. That's something else I want to note, is that with such tight corners around here, I do think it was really nice to have a smaller tractor. I know you could go a little bit larger, but then it might have been harder to navigate around the corners, even though things do go a bit quicker. In terms of the material costs, some of this is the drain rocks. We had some leftover cobbles, so I won't be factoring that in. But in total, I think it was approximately, 20-ish yards of material. So we had 5 yards of 5/8 minus, we had 10 yards of the clear, same 5/8, and then we got 5 yards of the drain rocks, and then 6 yards of the topsoil, so around 26 yards of material. And all of that totaled to about, I think, $2,000, and then $200 for the retaining wall blocks. So total project maybe around $2,200. The downside being that getting everything delivered to our location cost probably the most out of everything. Each of the materials were roughly the same price. So 6 yards of dirt, the 5 yards of clear, 5 yards of minus, was all delivered around $400 each. And 100 of that was the delivery. So if I have my own, dump trailer, I could probably cut the cost by a quarter. But overall, I think I'm pretty happy with it. It is a bit more than I would like to spend on it, but I have to keep reminding myself that, this is a fairly large stretch of, land that I fixed up. So honestly, not too bad. I can't wait to see, how it holds up long term. That's the biggest thing, because even though, $2,200 isn't, an insignificant amount of money, if it lasts, 10 years, that's $200 a year or something like this. As long as I keep it clean, keep it blown, so it doesn't, fill it with a lot of clay and dirt. But that'll be more of a long-term test. Otherwise, I don't think I'm forgetting to go over anything. And, I do want to add all of this stuff, after the fact, because sometimes things are nice, maybe, you create a new landscaping area, but surprise, it costs $10,000, and it's just not worth it. So I think this is fairly worth it, but definitely let me know if you disagree. And I'll just want to add, even though I'll probably make a video of this later, the tractor I got was a Kubota BX23S, and it cost around $480 a month. That's what I'm paying on the loan for the box blade, the tractor itself, you know, the front bucket, and then I also got a grappling claw, which was one of the more expensive accessories. But all of that's $4,800, and even though the project itself spanned around 2 months, I've only been working on it, you know, weekends when I'm not at my day job. And if we want to add that cost in the project, in total it'd be approximately $3,300 or $3,000, including the monthly tractor costs. But the way I see it is, if I wanted to do similar work, you know, getting up and running, learning how to use it, I'd either have to take a week off from work so I can rent a tractor for a week, or I could, you know, do a daily rental. But I think at Home Depot, a daily rental for a tractor delivered is around $400 per day. So you could say that I saved money by, you know, purchasing a tractor, but at the same time, the cost of this in total is definitely much more. But I do have a lot of other work I'm doing, so I think right now it's around 60 hours. So it is getting its, you know, it is pulling in the work, but yeah, if there's nothing else I was going to do, definitely will recommend renting. But yeah, let me know if there's any comments, if there's anything that you think I should change, any kind of tips with tractors. I'll just be continuing with my work, learning how to use them. So hopefully some of this was interesting. And hopefully you can see me next time on what the heck I get up to.